Hello ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, this is Megneous and welcome to Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. This is a Japanese RPG which apparently was just remade for PC and released on Steam today, which means that I definitely need to check it out. This was developed by Nihon Falcom, a Japanese developer company that is also known for developing, I don't know if it's pronounced YS or WISE, but another Japanese RPG, 1 and 2 as well as Origins. It looks pretty cool actually, a little bit old, but it looks pretty awesome. I should probably play that one too, but this was also published by Xseed. Don't really know anything about them, but oh well. So this is a Japanese RPG. The reason that I bought this game, out of the blue, for no particular reason, was that I saw that it said it was very meticulous, very deeply detailed, and after playing a few American-style RPGs, which are quite bland and theme parkish, you guys know what games I'm talking about, I felt like I really wanted to play, you know, an old-style Japanese RPG that was immersive and complicated and detailed. And also, this game, apparently the praise for this game is out of control. I don't actually know if it's going to live up to the praise or not, but this game was originally developed, I believe, for the PSP, like back in 2011? So the PC version has new HD stuff, which, by the way, if we go into options right here, none of the actual real options are in here. You're gonna have to go into your Steam folder and run the config to actually set your PC settings, because otherwise it's in like a 640p. It's terrible, so go and fix that in the config. So let's go ahead and see if we can start this, and this game is said to be 70% story and 30% gameplay, like action. So, very story heavy. Nonetheless, I love JRPGs and their stories, so it'll probably be fine. Look how beautiful it is. It actually reminds me, the graphics remind me a lot of Harvest Moon for the N64. Look at this. Doesn't that look exactly like a character out of the N64 version of Harvest Moon? This character's name is Estelle. She's one of the two primary characters, I believe.
Daddy's really late.
Do I really want to do that voice? I don't know. I even got a message from the guild saying that he'd be home today too. It looks so much like Harvest Moon characters, I don't even know what to do about it. And Cher's gone traveling around the kingdom on some kind of trading. I'm so bored. Maybe I'll just practice with my staff a bit more before dinner. That's awkward. Man's voice says, "Hey, I'm home."
Daddy!
Sorry to have kept you waiting, Estelle. His name is Cassius. Did you take good care of the house while I was away?
Giggle, of course I did. Did you run into any trouble, Daddy? You didn't get hurt fighting the bad monsters, did you?
Nope. I'm fit as a fiddle, grr, and I've got a mustache. Look how awesome I am. That reminds me, though. I brought you a present.
Really? What kind of a present?
A new fishing pole? Sneakers? Did you even have sneakers back in, like, medieval magical times? I don't... Something for my training? Ah, maybe I raised you wrong, Estelle. Aren't little girls supposed to like clothes and jewelry? Talk about sexism, ladies and gentlemen.
I like pretty clothes, but they just get dirty, and jewelry always breaks when you go play outside with it on. Anyway, Daddy, what's with the big blanket? Is that my present?
Yeah, you know, when I have a daughter, I'm gonna buy her a blanket for a present. That sounds like a great idea. Oh, you're a sharp one. Why don't you come have a look? Ta-da, it's a freaking boy.
What?
Well, here you are. Quite handsome boy, don't you think?
What? Why is my present a boy?
Don't make such a fuss or you'll wake him. I'm bringing homeless children into my house.
He's alive? Looks kinda dead if you ask me.
I've treated his wound, so he should be in stable condition. That mustache, though. In the meantime, however, we'll need to let him get some rest. I'll put him to bed, so if you wouldn't mind heating a kettle of water on the stove, I'd appreciate it.
Okay.
Her attitude changes very quickly.
He sure sleeps soundly.
And he almost looks the same age as me. Could this be my love interest? This is the first time I've ever seen black hair like that, too. She's clearly not Japanese. He certainly does have a nice head of dark hair. That's sort of creepy, Cassius. Maybe you shouldn't talk like that. And a pair of amber eyes to go with it.
That's nice and all, but how about you come clean and fess up?
Fess up?
Yeah, who is this kid anyway? So why are you bringing this random kid into my home? And why is he hurt? Why did you bring him into our house? Is he an illegitimate child or something? She's trying to say illegitimate, by the way. Did you betray mommy? Oh, where have you been picking up these kinds of words? No doubt from Scheherazade? I assume? Scheherazade? Yep, that's right. For heaven's sake, that girl is going to get me in trouble one of these days with all her nonsense. Actually, I just met this boy while I was out on business. This Cassius guy, he keeps getting creepier and creepier, man. I don't even know. I don't even know his name. You mean Bracer business? So Bracers, to give a bit of backstory from what I've read, they seem to be sort of like a police organization. They provide stability in a realm that has generally been torn apart by war and chaos. Something like that. Oh look! Huh? He's waking up! Wow, his eyes really are the color of amber. Where am I?
You're awake now, are you? Welcome to my humble home. You'll be safe here, so please just try to rest.
What are you trying to pull? Huh? You must be out of your mind. Why didn't you just leave me there to die?
Why? Now that's a question I don't know how to answer. Does things just work out that way work for you?
Don't toy with me, Cassius Bright. Do you have any idea what you're getting yourself involved in?
You sound so emo. Come on, man, get over it. You saved your life, probably.
Hey!
I'm just gonna jump all over your chest and your stomach, even though you were almost deathly injured. Who cares? You'll be fine, right? You're sure shouting a lot for someone who's supposed to be hurt. I agree. Running your mouth like that is just gonna make it take longer for your body to heal.
And just who are you supposed to be? I'm Estelle. Estelle Bright.
She's my daughter. Ho ho ho. Those eyes. Don't you remember me telling you that I have a daughter your age? Now that you mention it, wait a minute. Don't try to change the subject. Oh! Ow!
Quit yelling!
Alright already. But you jumping on me like that isn't gonna make me heal any faster either. I don't hear you yelling again, do I? What? Strange translations. Look, jumping on me like this is just gonna make things worse. I agree. Do I hear yelling? I'm not gonna spell that. Never mind, just forget it. As a word of advice, it would be wise not to argue with Estelle while you're in this house. Even I wouldn't stand a chance if I made her mad enough. Yeah, I can see that. By the way, aren't you forgetting something? Huh? Your name, you know, that thing people call you? I told you mine already, so don't you think it would be unfair and impolite not to tell me yours? It seems like the logical thing to do if you ask me. Trying to hide it now would only serve to your detriment. Fine, my name is... And then fade to cutscene. This cutscene, by the way, is very long. So, you guys can skip through it now if you want to, but it is quite beautiful, so if you want to watch through it, I encourage you to. It's a little bit loud, though. That mustache, though. Told you guys it was long. Dun dun dun. So yeah, as I was saying, considering that this game I believe was originally developed for the PSP like 3 years ago, I think considering the whole like HD remake and stuff, I think it's quite beautiful now. I could play this game, not really worry about the graphics the way they look, because you know, it basically looks as good as Harvest Moon 64, and that was a great game. Oh yeah, eggs. Delicious.
It's so bright in here.
Yeah.
I slept like a rock. That must mean that it's Dad's turn to cook this morning. I wonder if it means Joshua's still in bed. Is my name Joshua? Am I forced to go by the name Joshua? Well, I guess I better get myself ready then too.
There are two kinds of RPGs generally, in my opinion. The ones where the character has a name, and you're just like sort of following along with the story. Like, since this game is 70% story, 30% action, I'm going to assume that Joshua is that character's name, and that's not actually me. I'm more like watching a story as opposed to taking part in it actively. Probably don't get to name my character. Yeah, that's Joshua. Alright then.
Good morning, Estelle. I hope I didn't wake you.
Nah, I was already up when I heard you start to play. I can't believe how awake you are, though. Even the roosters still have bags under their eyes. Not that I mind. What with that siren song of yours gently lulling this beautiful woman from her slumber. Sort of awkward. Didn't you guys sort of grow up as brother and sister? What do you mean, woman? We're the same age and I'm hardly a man. I sense tension. How wrong you are, Joshua. We may be the same age, but I am clearly the woman of the house. And that makes you something of my loyal follower, wouldn't you agree? Yeah. How fortunate for you.
You could at least try and sound a little bit sincere.
It really is a nice tune, though. Cheerful, yet somehow wistful. I like your other songs too, of course, but this one's my favorite. What's it called again? The Whereabouts of Light. That's right, The Whereabouts of Light. I wish I could play the harmonica like you, Joshua. Harmonicas. Sadly, it's a lot harder than it looks. Compared to what it takes to use a staff, I think the harmonica is much easier. It's really just a matter of concentration. You're probably right. I guess my problem is just that I don't do anything that uses my whole body. I start to feel drowsy. Okay, playing the harmonica is fine and all, but how about getting some exercise too? All your hobbies are sitting around kind of stuff like reading and music. Freaking nerds, man, sitting around reading, playing music? Please. This is medieval crazy times with magic and like flying magical ships. Need to be beaten up random creatures in the forest. No girl is gonna be impressed with just that. I know. You're probably gonna be. Well, excuse me for being so unpopular with the ladies. Although I feel like I should be the one lecturing you about your hobbies. I mean, what kind of a boy wants a girl who loves fishing, collecting bugs, and has a fetish for sports shoes? That's enough talk about hobbies for now. And for your information, I graduated from bug collecting a long time ago. Really? I'll believe that when I stop finding beetles in the hallway. Hey Estelle! Joshua! Get down here! I'm making food for you. Morning, Dad. Good morning, Dad. Is breakfast ready? See, he even calls him Dad. They're like brother and sister. This is so awkward. I'm ready and waiting. Why don't the both of you hurry on down before it gets cold? I'm on my way. Alright. Oh yeah, that rice and... what is that? Is that pudding? Bread? Rice and bread, man. Mmm. Thanks for the grub, Dad. Boy, am I stuffed. Oh wait, those are empty plates? Never mind, that's not rice. Are you eating or inhaling, Estelle?
Huh. Some people say kids who eat and sleep a lot grow a lot.
No one says that. Well, make sure you get enough to eat, but don't forget to pour that energy into your work too. That reminds me, you two are finishing up your training at the guild today, aren't you? That's right, it'll be a review of everything we've learned up to this point. And once we're finished, we'll be bracers just like you, Dad. Oh, I'm sure he's so proud. That means I'm not going to let you treat me like a kid anymore either. Probably like 12, since this is a Japanese game. You still lack understanding, Estelle. And a mustache. Only once you obtain a mustache can you become a true bracer. You can only become a junior bracer, a trainee. If you want to be treated like an adult, you should work extra hard in your training and become a full-fledged bracer. Well, I'm not afraid of a little hard work. Just you watch and see what I'm capable of, Dad. I'll be so successful that it won't be long before I pass you too. That's the spirit. Let's see what you're made of then, shall we? Let's not start a rivalry here. And still, keep your focus on the task at hand. We have a test later today, remember? Huh? Wait, what test? Please tell me that you didn't forget about the test, Estelle. You know, the one that checks whether or not we've mastered the skills we've been learning and training. Don't you remember Shara saying that if we failed, we'd be stuck with a ton of extra homework?
Crap, totally forgot.
Now that you mention it, I guess I kind of remember her saying something like that.
Don't sweat it. I'm sure
we'll manage somehow or other. Star? Why are there stars in this? I honestly don't know how you've survived this long, Estelle. Your brain is like a sieve. Papa is sad. What? How could any child of mine end up with such a careless, over-optimistic personality? You're the one that raised me, so I definitely got it from you. I swear, the two of you act so much alike, but whatever. We should probably head over to the guild soon, Estelle. Shara's gonna be waiting there for us. Sounds like a plan. You know how crazy she gets when someone keeps her waiting. Like I said, guys, 70% story, 70% story. Oh, before I forget, it's your turn to cook dinner tonight. So is there anything in particular? Oh, our turn. So if there's anything you'd like to eat, Dad? Any requests? Something I'd like to eat, How about run-style scalloped fish in a balsamic vinegar sauce? That sounds... Scalloped fish?
What's that?
I think that's a little more than Estelle's cooking skills can handle, or our stomachs. You're right, I just wanted to see what kind of reaction I could get. Actually, you can cook in this game. As you kill creatures, you get, like, pieces of their bodies, and then you can use that to cook items, which will then heal your party and such. And you find recipes by killing enemies, I think. We'll just have the usual fried fish and omelet. No need for anything fancy, but do try to make something edible. How rude. But I can't actually say he's wrong. Actually, I do have one favor to ask before you head out. I'd like you to pick me up a copy of the liberal, I'm gonna call it liberal news for the general goods store. They're supposed to be getting the latest edition in today. Got it. One copy of the liberal news from the general goods store. Received 500 Mira. Today I learned that our money is called Mira. If there's any money left over, you can have it as your allowance. However, that means no wasteful spending. A musical note of happiness. Alright, thanks, Dad. Okay, we're heading out now. See you later, Dad. Work hard and give Scheherazade... I'm gonna call her Cher. My regards. Alright, should be able to move now. Alright, there we go. So, our party, by default, consists of 2 characters, or so I've heard. And we can have 4 or 5 maybe, and those characters will like switch out over the course of the game, but we'll always have these 2 characters here. Is there like anything I can... Do I use spacebar to try to check things? I think I do. Can I talk to Dad? Yes, I can. Spacebar. By the way, Dad, is it going to be alright if you stay at home like this instead of going to the guild today? You haven't been there for a couple of days now. Unfortunately, I have a lot of paperwork to sort out, but don't worry. I'm carrying a big enough workload at the guild. It's not likely to fire me anytime soon. That's not exactly the most convincing thing I've heard come out of your mouth. Are there any free items I can pick up?
I want items. Oh, go into my room. Ooh, bed? I don't want to rest. We just started playing the game. Anything? No? Feels sort of strange walking around, like, it's not frame dropping. Just feels sort of sketch. Can I open this chest? No. No, I cannot open this chest. Alright, moving on. No? Nothing? Is there anything to do up here? What else to do? Do I go this way? Sure, why not? The Elise Highway. Are we gonna run into monsters? Are we gonna run into monsters already? Oh yeah, there is a little bit of frame drop. There's been some claims that the game crashes a lot, and there are some issues that can be fixed, like graphical issues, by disabling the HD fonts. But we'll see if we have any like major issues. Maybe I'll end up turning it down to 720p for the next recording. Where am I going? Where are there monsters for me to fight? Apparently there are no random encounters in this game. Apparently you run into monsters. Oh, the city of Rolent. How nice. Apparently you can run away from all monsters except for boss battles, which is interesting. It looks like we made good time. Not too early or too late either. Scribbles of frustration. You just barely graduated from Sunday school. I never dreamed we'd have to study so hard to become bracers. Well, you're in luck. Today is our last day of training. Truth be told, though, you're the one who signed up to be a bracer in the first place. So I don't know why you'd expect to get away with any less effort. Oh, yeah. I guess I did. Alright then. Let's get to it and make it through the last hazing from Shara. You look ready to meet. Let's go meet with Shara at the Bracer Guild over there then. Guns, armor, potions, and bread. Oh yeah, we can move the camera around, but I don't really want to. Hello, who are you? Top of the morning to you kids. Good morning, Mr. Elger. Good morning, sir. Well, you're up rather early, aren't you? Correct me if I'm wrong, but today is your last day of training, isn't it? I seem to remember you saying something about it the last time you came in the store. Yeah, that's right. Well, I'm sure you'll do just fine, Joshua. Now Estelle, on the other hand, I've got good reason to worry. She's always been a bit scatterbrained ever since she was a child. Probably all the knocks she took to the head playing with the boys. Really? So I guess that scatterbrained trait isn't something new, huh? I'll give you a head injury if you don't shut up! And don't call me scatterbrained! Okay, you two, let's not fight now. Shouldn't you be getting over to the guild? Yeah, probably. Probably can't buy any weapons or anything yet anyway, since the story hasn't even... Who are you? So apparently, there are tons of NPCs in this game, all of which can give you little clues and details as to the game world. Really immersive, really detailed. Actually, let's escape and look at some of the stuff in here. So here's our equipment. As you can see, here are our stats. Defense, I'm going to guess that's attack strength, attack defense, probably speed, dexterity, agility, movement, maybe 4 blocks per turn, and range, maybe? I don't know what kind of range. Range for staff, maybe? Two squares? Leather vest, no shoes. Orbment. This is the magic system from what I've seen of videos. So you have like this clockwork thing over here, this clock device. And you get these crystals, these orbs. And then the slot is sealed. So apparently only one of the slots is unsealed at the moment because we're low level, I assume? But you can put the crystals into these slots in your clock to... in order to get various kinds of magics, which are called arts in this game.
In the English translation, items. There's books, all sorts of items, tons of items, but books are pretty interesting. Every time you advance through the storyline, you can get a new copy of the in-game newspaper, which is cool. Options are useless. What kind of sword is that? Oh, am I a dual wielder? That's awesome. Twin Dirks. Yes, I am a dual wielder. Oh, I'm reminded of Sword Art Online. Such a cool anime. But anyway, let's go on down, see if we can progress the storyline.